And so it's made it a lot more fun too, just, as a marketer to kind of help tell these like superhero stories. And our customers really relate to that. And they find that like, yes, I feel like I have superpowers when I use Blaze. And so it feels like a great, perfect match between what the product can do and what our brand is promising.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is What's Working, a 5-minute report on what's working in B2B marketing today. I just spoke with Alan Casanelli. He's the head of marketing and operations at Blaze AI, a company that has absolutely been taken off over the past year, and Alan has been instrumental in that growth. He shares 3 killer marketing ideas with us, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the show. So
Sure.
yeah, let's dive into it. What's working today at Blaze?
The 2 big things that really worked for us were things that we set up at the beginning of our company. And that is number 1, a great URL, and number 2, a great brand. So our URL is blaze.ai. And there's a couple really great attributes of it. Is like, 1, it's super easy to remember. It's like easy to spell. And it kind of sticks in your brain. And so that I think is something I didn't expect to be such a added benefit for us, because we do a lot of advertising on Instagram and Facebook, and we work with influencers, and they will all, say blaze.ai or Blaze AI is on the screen. And a lot of people, I think it's almost like 30% of our traffic is direct traffic. So even though we're advertising on Instagram and Facebook, people aren't clicking those links. They're just typing it into their browser. And so it makes attribution a little bit harder, definitely, of like, all right, where is our traffic coming from? But it makes for a super easy call to action. We can do it in podcast ads. We can do it on social media. And so that was one thing that, I wasn't expecting to be such an added benefit for us. The second one is our brand. So if you haven't seen our brand before, we have this kind of 1950s comic book style branding, which is very unique and differentiated in the AI space. When you think of like AI tools, the visuals that a lot of companies come up with is like robots, like brains, and like future kind of techno, and maybe robots and brains together. But so there's all very like sterile and like simple, and the AI tools, a lot of them can do a lot of the same things. It's like, hey, AI can write content for you or can analyze stuff for you. And so we really wanted to differentiate our brand. And the kind of genesis of this came from our CEO and our previous product, because our previous product was kind of a Notion competitor, and we really struggled with our brand. We would copy what other B2B software tools were doing, and like, all right, let's try out gradients, and now let's try out dark mode on our website. But we couldn't really find anything that stuck and really felt like us. And so we were always kind of like grasping. And if you know Notion, they have a really unique, strong brand. You see a Notion ad, you're like, oh, that's a Notion ad. We wanted that for our company. And so our CEO was always a big fan of comic books growing up. And he's like, let's lean into this. And as a marketer, I was very hesitant. I was like, I kind of want this like tried and true, like, software tool. We know exactly what a software website looks like. And this was a major departure. And I was definitely a skeptic at first. But it's been one of the best decisions that our company has made, because number one, it like stands out in the social media feed. It stands out when you compare our website against other tools like Jasper, Copy AI, as like, this one is like unique. It's colorful, doesn't have robots on it, and it really helps set our brand apart. And, as part of my role, I talk to customers every week, and they say that that's the number one thing that attracted them to us, as they said, wow, this is something different. But I've also had a couple people tell me that Blaze's tool actually feels more human because our brand is more human. So the AI writing that Blaze helps them do, they think the quality is higher because our brand feels more human, and our brand is different. So that was a really great, unexpected benefit from having this kind of like unique brand.
Right. You started down the path of, hey, this is authentic to the CEO and it's different. Let's go with that alone. But there's all these other benefits that you found along the way.
Totally. And it's the, we really liked the metaphor of the superhero or the average Joe becoming the superhero. And that's what we really feel like AI and our tool can do for our customers, because we sell to entrepreneurs and small business owners, and we kind of want to take them from Peter Parker, turn them into Spider-Man, and take them on this hero's journey. And so it's really, we've incorporated that kind of like storytelling aspect into not only our brand and our website, but our emails, within our product, our help center, YouTube videos. And so it's made it a lot more fun too, just, as a marketer, to kind of help tell these like superhero stories. And our customers really relate to that. And, they find that, like, yes, I feel like I have superpowers when I use Blaze. And so it feels like a great, perfect match between what the product can do and what our brand is promising.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so I know that there's some other things working for you. What are some of those other things that are working right now in marketing?
Yeah, so one of the best things that has worked for us in our business has been influencer marketing. And it took a while and a couple different iterations to actually get it to be profitable for us and really accelerate our business. So we tried out a couple of different ways of, incentivizing influencers based off, paying them up front, paying them with like an affiliate link, paying them per, 1,000 views. And we kind of, tested out these different ways, and we're working with different types of creators, and we're spending, I don't know, probably it was somewhere around 15 to 20,000 per month, just kind of trying things out and committing to influencer marketing, because we knew we really wanted to, we think of ourselves as more of a consumer product than a B2B product. Um, because we're selling to entrepreneurs and small business owners, is kind of a little mix of both. But once we kind of, made that commitment and started working with different, influencers, we really, tried out and found out what didn't work and what did work. And I think especially with influencer marketing, you have to put in those hours and put in those dollars to do that. And eventually we started getting some hits. And one of the biggest kind of inflection points in our business is when we had one influencer's video really go viral, had over 1 million views. I think it was on either TikTok or Instagram, and we were super happy with it. We get that spike, but then, like 5 days later, that spike goes back down to normal. And so one of the best things we did was buy the rights to that video, from that influencer to use in paid advertising. And we had been doing paid advertising and seeing kind of some success, but is definitely, nothing outstanding. Once we started using this video, that video performed 4 times better than all our previous ads. And so then we started pouring money directly into this ad and saw a step change in our business, where, our graph of like how we were growing goes here, here, and then it just goes here, because we were just pouring all this money in, and this ad was working super well. It was doing all the product marketing for us, where all the product marketing of saying what our tool can do was in this 40-second ad. So they get to our homepage and they just click sign up. Like, our time on our homepage like drastically went down, which sometimes as a marketer you kind of freak out about. But it's like, no, people are already sold. They just want to try the product. And so that ad has been, a game changer for our business. And then we've taken the format of that ad and told other influencers who are in different areas, kind of copy this formula. We found this formula works. Now do this formula for life coaches, do it for e-commerce stores, do it for realtors. And that has been kind of the biggest, accelerant for our business.
And has that formula worked for those other niche creators? And what is that formula?
Yeah, it has worked. Not, always to the same level. There's some kind of nuances in how they're doing different, but I can give you like the first 15 seconds of the ad. It's like this new AI tool is, oh, there's some sort of hook that it uses. I'm blanking on what the exact hook is, but it's like it's illegal to know, or something like that. It's really got a really strong hook, and then it says, this tool is a combination of Google Docs, Canva, ChatGPT, and Midjourney. And so it's kind of referencing all these tools that people already know and putting it into one, like AI baby or something like that. And then the rest of the tool the rest of the ad talks about how you can create Facebook ads with it, blog posts, social media content. But it's a really strong kind of like first 15 seconds that really hooks people and wants them to kind of explore it. And this was an ad, does not incorporate any of our branding. That's worked really well for us. It was all an influencer made. It's kind of got this like AI generated voice. So it was kind of an unexpected ad that just like really worked, and that we've tried to replicate, not only in other influencer videos, but our other Instagram ads, and then trying to take that format and that structure and apply it to podcast ads, YouTube ads, and really, as a marketer, try and bleed it to death until it stops working. And so far, it's kept working. We have to target new audiences and kind of do new creative, but it's a format that's really worked for us. And so I think the lesson there is, as marketers, we can always, think that this is the one right way to tell our story, and using influencers and other creators who have different ways of communicating and marketing your product, those can really work. And so looking for those social signals and saying, this performed really well on Instagram Reels or TikTok, let's buy the rights to that. The rights were super cheap compared to what we've used it for. So it was kind of like a no-brainer.
So if you were to relaunch this program or recommend to another marketer on how to launch an influencer program, what would you do? What would your step be? I'm assuming cast a wide-ish net to creators, get them to create the creative, and then double down on the one that works best. Is that broadly?
Yeah, I would say so. I think one of the things that we did that really stood out is you really become like partners with these creators. And so like the guy on our team he was DMing them, he was texting them, he was really being an advocate while also giving them total complete creative freedom and letting them kind of run with it, while being available for them. They would text him. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? So he was kind of that creative consultant and really a friend. And one of the things that we learned, especially within the one community that was really working for us, is that all these creators know each other. And so your reputation really makes a big difference as like, hey, this Blaze team, they're really great to work with. They pay you quickly. They pay you on time. Like that's probably the biggest thing that you can do for these creators. And then they give you creative freedom, and they really think of this as a partnership. And so they talk with the other people that we're working with. And so then we kind of had this group of like 10 creators that we were working with that were really being successful. And, we weren't burning bridges with any of them. And so it was really kind of fueling itself and allowed that program to keep growing and growing.
We're over time, so we can hop off now. I know that there was a third thing that you were.
I've got time to keep talking. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's dive into that third one. I'm curious.
Yeah, another thing that's been working for us is doing our a weekly webinar. So for our product, we charge a credit card upfront. So we get a lot of people from these, influencer marketing ads say, I want to try free AI tools. That's what, a lot of AI tools nowadays, they're free. People try it and then they jettison right away. So we want to grab people, have them have some skin in the game and put in their credit card to see if this is a tool that they will actually use to support their business. So we got a lot of people that don't want to put in their credit card, but still want to try and experience the product. So kind of as on a lark, as a test, we say, hey, let's just try and do a weekly webinar. Let's see if anybody shows up. And we started getting tons and tons of people showing up to this webinar that I would do every Wednesday and say, hey, I'm going to walk you through our product. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our background and then do a Q&A at the end. And people love these webinars. They love the live aspect of it. They love the ability to ask questions. And as a marketing team, it allows us to get a ton of feedback. I can test on a weekly basis different messaging and see, I say, hey, if this resonates with you, if this pain point resonates with you, give me a thumbs up in the chat. And I get 3 thumbs up, and sometimes I get 15 thumbs up. And now I know, okay, this messaging, this, pain point really resonates with these people. They have this anxiety. Let's use that learning in our other marketing. And then I can also demo, all the new features that we are working on, but also kind of can, loosely say, here's what's on the roadmap, and gauge the interests of what features people want us to build. So a lot of, with our tool, we've got quite a few integrations, but a lot of people are saying, hey, can you build a Squarespace integration? Do you have this Shopify integration? And so we count those up and give that to our product team. And that's basically our priority list for integrations, is saying, all right, we got 3 people today on this webinar, all these other ones. So it's a great tool for showing a product to people who need a little bit more handholding, who want that confidence in a product before putting in their credit card, which a lot of us, I don't like putting in my credit card for free trials either. So I totally get it. And it's been this great way to build a relationship with these people. I also create tutorial videos. So they see me in the Blaze 101 webinar, they see my face on YouTube, they get my name in the emails. And so it kind of builds that relationship. So when I can go and ask them, say, hey, could you leave us a review on Capterra or G2? They know me, they know Alan, the guy that's helped them out, that teach them how to use the product, to educate them. And so it's been a great way to kind of build a little bit more humanness into our brand, to kind of go along with that comic book branding, where our customers feel like they're talking to real people. It's not AI customer support. It's not AI webinars, even though technically we probably could do that with the tools out there. Haven't played around with that yet, but they like the ability to ask us questions. And so it's been one of those ways to, kind of bring in that humanness.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm just curious if those people are signing up to the webinar from your email newsletter. Where's that traffic coming from?
No, it's almost all exclusively coming from our homepage. So we just have a little banner that says, hey, sign up for our webinar every Wednesday. And then we schedule out the webinars. So people almost exclusively come there. And it's about 75% people who have not signed up for Blaze yet. And then the 25%, hey, I signed up, but I want to learn. I kind of want that one-on-one learn how to guided way to learn how to use the tool. So it's been great for, the uninformed to get them to sign up. And then, we will occasionally do like offers or incentives. So, hey, thanks for signing up for joining this webinar, spending an hour of your day. Here's 20% off your first month, just to kind of push them over the edge into trying the tool.
That was awesome. All 3 of those were amazing, super actionable. I think number 2 especially will be interesting to people, just because it's so topical right now. Like everyone and their brother is talking about B2B partnerships and B2B creators and influencers and UGC. So yeah, super neat how you came to that conclusion, how you're using the content. It's more so about the creative than it is the partnership. So that's
yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's a wrap for today. If you want more marketing insights like these, follow along on LinkedIn. I'll be posting the videos here. And if you want the report and breakdown in a written form, go to whatisworking.co. It'll all live there. Thanks for watching.